What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Season 2 of Wheel of Snap. I know it's been quite a long hiatus, but I kind of wanted to wait for the right time to bring this series back. So if you are not familiar, if you haven't seen Season 1, these are the rules of Wheel of Snap. We start with the deck you see above. Basically, our choices are only cards that are from the Starter Pass, or Starter Cards, and the Recruit Season. So that gets you up through collection level like 17 or something like that. I don't remember what it is. But it's essentially pool 0. So you don't have a lot of really great cards to choose from. A lot of the cards are on the weaker side, although some have gotten buffed, namely things like Medusa. So we do have some decent options in there. However, you're going to start with this bare bones kind of horrible deck. Now, obviously that's not going to be a very competitive deck against a lot of the decks in the meta. So, how do we improve our deck? So, the way that works is, before each game, we have a big wheel. And you guys will see the wheel in a moment, because we're going to do our first wheel spins today. You're going to spin the wheel, and whatever the wheel says, or whatever the wheel lands on, we get to, or we have to, make that addition to our deck. So, the wheel spins, and feel free to suggest additional wheel spins down below in the comment section, but essentially, the wheel spins can be like Pool 1 choice, which means I can choose any card from Pool 1 and slot it into the deck. Or, you know, maybe more generic, like any hero, any villain, choose a big bad. Things like that. Whatever the wheel lands on, we must add that card to our deck. Then we're going to go and play a match of Snap. If we win that match, we get to keep that new card added to our deck. If we lose, we must remove the card we added and replace it with the card that was in its place beforehand. As we go on, we're going to see the deck change basically every single game. It's going to add, remove a card, plus or minus, things like that over time. We're still kind of messing with the right frequency. During Season 1, we tested 2 different ways. One was 1 wheel spin per game, playing 2 to 3 games per episode. And then the other one was doing 2 wheel spins and then doing a best 2 out of 3. And I think we may try that to start. So 2 wheel spins, play 3 games. If we win 2 out of 3, we keep our 2 wheel spins. And if we lose our 2 out of 3, then we lose our 2 wheel spins. So the 2 things that are still up in the air are the number of wheel spins and the number of games required to win. Maybe today for episode 1, we'll do just 1 wheel spin and try and do best 2 out of 3. And then you guys can let me know down below in the comment section how you guys think that frequency works. We don't want the deck changing too much. We don't want it getting too good too quick, but also like early on it's going to be very tough to get some wins. So it might be a little bit before we make any changes at all to our deck. So yeah, those are the rules. Without further ado, let's hop on over to the wheel and see what our first spin entails. So here we are at the wheel. As you see, there's a whole lot of options here. We're going to make this wheel grow more and more over time. There is one thing on here that we'd have to respin for now because I have a Spotlight featured choice as an option. But obviously the Spotlight caches have not been released yet. But regardless, let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we can get. Our first wheel spin is to add a 0-cost card to our deck. That is probably one of the weakest wheel spins on the board right now. Things like Wasp and Yellow Jacket, you really want to have synergy for them. But, you know, you got to do what the wheel says. So let's go ahead, go hop on back over to Snap and add a 0-cost card to our deck. Alright, so here we are. As you guys can see, the only 0-cost cards in the game at the moment are Wasp and Yellow Jacket. And to be completely honest, I think the move is going to be Yellow Jacket. It's just a matter of what are we going to drop for Yellow Jacket, because I don't want to lose any of these, but I think right now it's going to be Star-Lord, because Medusa is more guaranteed. So we're going to drop Star-Lord, and we will add Yellow Jacket, just because we need all the power we can get right now. And, you know, we'll play Yellow Jacket early if we need to, just to get 2 power onto the board. So, this is our deck after our first batch of changes. First change to the deck overall. So now we're going to go play 3 games of Snap. If we can win 2 out of 3, we will keep Yellow Jacket in our deck. And hopefully we'll find some more synergy for him over time. Without further ado, let's hop on over to the games and see how we can do. Alrighty, we've got our first matchup here against Gamut 180. You should be able to see our deck list right above us. We drew... Is that every single card that costs 4 or more besides Spectrum? Not a great way to start. But that's also why I have Sentinel on the deck to fill out our curve a little bit. We have no way to play in Death's Domain besides Colossus. So hopefully Colossus can help us steal a victory, but our opponent starting with the Zabu is not a good sign for our future. Alright, there is the Spectrum. We've officially drawn every single expensive card in our deck. If I could just draw Colossus next turn, we could play Sentinel plus Colossus. Nope, we're going to draw a Punisher. Okay. I think we'll just play Jessica Jones out. I don't think that we're going to win this one. We really need Punisher to have a chance. Oh, hold on. I don't like the way that Rock got added to the deck like that. Let's move that thing up. Alrighty. So now we have Ant-Man. Yeah, it's fine. We can't run away from the snap. We technically could go for a Gamora here. Does that help us a lot? Not really. And we even whiff with the Gamora. Alrighty, so this is looking like a no-go for us. Okay, hold on. Mr. Fantastic could help. What if we went for Mr. Fantastic, Sentinel, and Ant-Man? I don't think that wins us the game, but I think that's our only hope of winning the game. Darkhawk will be 8. Plus they could go Darkhawk plus Rock Slide, but this is really all we got. Mystique is going to be very strong. I don't think we can beat 18 there. I think we're going to fall just short, because it's going to be 4. We almost stole it. We came so close to stealing it. Oh, man. Would we have won if we played Blue Marvel over Gamora? Blue Marvel would have been worth 8. We would have tied here. No, we wouldn't have won. All right, that's fine. All right, so we are down 0-1. We've got 2 games left. We got to win both of these 2 games. Let's go get another one. All right, we got Latiferal. I definitely have to say Wheel of Snap will certainly get a lot easier in the future once we're not doing it in Infinite. Free Iron Man versus Free Vulture. I assume they're going to have Doctor Strange or something move this guy out the way. Crimson Cosmos is tough for us, for sure. Jessica Jones into the Iron Man lane might be enough to just win that. Yeah, you didn't play Vulture. It's not going to move, my friend. Death is just a dead draw for us. With the Spectrum draw, I think we potentially consider just trying to... The only issue with this is if they are a Heimdall deck, which it's looking like, the left is going to be very tough to beat. But if we stack some ongoings there with Iron Man... There's that we were expecting. But if we stack some ongoing, Spectrum is going to be very powerful there. I think we go Jessica Jones right, because she might be able to just win that on her own. Okay, so now, is it Mr. Fantastic or is it Blue Marble? Blue Marble gives Jessica Jones 1 additional power. Do we even have to worry about the left lane? Because I feel like they're going to be stacking middle. But our options are either Mr. Fantastic Sentinel, which is worth 5 right now, technically 7, or Blue Marble, who is already worth 7 and will only get better with Spectrum. I think it's Blue Marble. Alright, so they're moving some cards over there for sure. I think we do something like this. The only issue with that being the potential Cosmo move. So maybe it's just Spectrum here. So we move Ant-Man there. We play Yellow Jacket into Spectrum. That gives us 7 middle. Or we move Ant-Man here. We play Yellow Jacket there into Spectrum middle. That'll give us 11 out there. This lane should be super locked up. I think that's the best we've got. We almost won all 3 lanes there. Jesus. I mean, the super Spectrum ongoing stuff definitely worked out well there. Alright, so we are 1-1. It all comes down to this final match, whether or not we get to keep Yellow Jacket. I'm not really tied to Yellow Jacket, but we also want to have as good of a record as possible in the season. And we are currently 1-1, so let's go get that 3rd game. Alright, we've matched up with Bobo. I'm also considering a bonus rule where if we win all 3 lanes, no ties, you cannot tie any of the lanes, but if we get a straight casserole, I am considering a rule, this game's not going to count, I'm considering a rule where you'll get 1 free wheel spin, no strings attached, you just instantly keep whatever card you get as a reward for winning all 3 lanes. Or we can maybe do something like that with cubes, I don't know, I'm leaving that up to you guys. But this game doesn't count, let's go get one more. All right, we've matched up with Adam, the one and only. Those Raptors are not great for us, but we're just going to go ahead and get Ant-Man out. They've got Nebula. I don't have any other 1 costs in my deck, unfortunately. They've got Sunspot as well. This is definitely something. Alright. Can't stop that. Turn 5 as of right now, we can either... Alright, this is high Evo. We can't really mess with that. Guess our only answer is to Mr. Fantastic right now. They're gonna Lad. What do they pull from Lad? Alright, so their top deck is high Evo. We know this. Okay. What if we just do this for now into a surprise Iron Man turn 6? Honestly, Spectrum could almost win this game as well. Would have been a good amount of power there. We don't beat Hulk here, unfortunately. And we have to get Iron Man out, I think. Because the alternative is Medusa and Colossus. This will give us 3. That would give us this lane, but Medusa only adds an extra 2 there. It'd be 3, 6, 9. We're not beating 9. We're not beating a Hulk with 9. But I think that's all we've got. We were close, though. We were close. Unfortunately, we did lose, which means we lost 2 out of 3. You're not really going to beat a high evolutionary deck with a group of Series 0 cards, so that's a bit of a tough matchup. But let's go ahead and make our changes to the deck, set it back to how it was. Alrighty, so since we lost, we are going to lose our yellow jacket. Not the biggest loss in the world, not really that great of a card. We will add Star-Lord back to the deck. So we're back to where we started the day. But I still think we did pretty decent. With slightly better draw, I think we might have been able to surprise that high Evo deck. I think it was okay for a Series 0 deck. I think we did not too bad. But hopefully we get a better wheel spin next episode. Hopefully we can maybe sneak a casserole in there and get some free upgrades. We'll see how that goes. But this is Wheel of Snap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave any suggestions for rule changes or tweaks down below in the comment section. We're still trying to kind of figure this out as we go. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.